demands of the peace accord, the resolutions in the peace accord. Oh, what's your take on that? So I'm wondering, why would the governor send names of commissioner nominees to the assembly led by Martin Amewule, yet when they're writing, he would not accept your letters? Could it be the argument of the clerk? The clerk should not be there. Could that be the argument? I'm wondering. Remember, there is the debate about whether the head of service has the right to or not, transfer the clerk and the deputy clerk of the House of Assembly. Separation of powers and the laws of the land, sometimes can be confusing. And I did promise to bring in a lawyer, but trust me, this political drama in River State is tiring, I must say, very tiring. Could it also be that the governor is looking at the terms on his own, how do I put it? Looking at the resolution or resolutions on his own terms, is going at his own pace. Is that the case? Is he also trying to dilly-dally, waiting for a point where he assumes a place of strength? So many theories on my mind, so many theories, trying to gain superiority in my head. But I like to get your thoughts on this one. I like to know what you're thinking. I like to know what you're believing, because they say he has refused to accept their letters. You must have heard the story once again. And so it might be the reason why the other day they went on the nation's newspaper to make a public notice to the governor to resubmit the budget and bring to the House of Assembly the mid-term expenditure framework. So could that be the, think about it now very well. I like to get your thoughts, but let's move on now to the next one, still related to the political drama in River State. And this time, my goodness, really, really, really a serious situation. So, how many people, even on the show, have been arguing, no, the governor should not, implement, the peace accord. It's too much a demand from the governor and from the Rivers people. The Rivers people will not agree to that demand. Those arguments have been flying everywhere. It's gone beyond arguments now, because according to the stories and reports we've been getting this week, the governor sent commissioner nominees to the House of Assembly for screening and confirmation, and the House of Assembly screened and confirmed the 9 commissioner nominees, or now commissioners, because they have been screened and confirmed, right? So these people who have been arguing, they have decided not to sit idly anymore. They have decided not to stand idly anymore. They have decided to go to court. I know what these people, first is, a senior advocate of Nigeria, who says the court should do something about it. The court should make sure that it stops the governor from resubmitting the budget to the Martin Amewule-led assembly. So, when you think about this, when you imagine this, you want to ask yourself the question: when will this drama end? Will this drama ever end? Because now it's not the politicians dragging the drama on. It is the people now of River State dragging the drama on. And that makes it even more exciting. Even though I say I am tired. I mean, every other person is talking about development and governance and how we can push this country further, or even the states further. We are talking about the political drama that has lasted since October ending thereabout. So we've had November, December, and now January is gone into 18 days, and we're still talking political drama. But just so you have an insight to what the story is, some elders in Rivers State have filed an ex parte motion urging the court to stop Governor Fubara from presenting the 2024 budget afresh to the State House of Assembly. The suit was filed by a member of the Rivers State House of Assembly representing Bani State constituency, Victor Jumbo. Now, Senator Bennett Birabi, Senator Andrew Uchendu, Rear Admiral O.P. Fingesi, Ankyo Briggs, and Emmanuel Deima are also part of that suit. Yeah. Okay. Now, you would recall that the group had in December 2023 asked the Federal High Court in Abuja to declare the purported peace agreement Fubara entered into at Abuja meeting as unconstitutional. Yesterday, senior advocate of Nigeria, Kayode Ajulo, also filed a suit seeking to stop Governor Siminalayi Fubara from resubmitting the 2024 budget to the State House of Assembly. Now, the lawyer asked the court to stop such a move pending the hearing and determination of a suit filed before the Federal High Court, Abuja. The suit also called on the court to restrain the State House of Assembly and the Speaker of the House from screening and confirming the commissioners appointed by Governor Fubara. Now, the commissioners have already been screened, already been appointed, I guess, according to the reports that we have. My goodness. But the matter is still lingering on. We've got the SAN, who goes by the name Kayode Ajulo, and we have the elders and one of the lawmakers coming out to say, hey, courts, Your Honor, come and help us and make sure that these things don't become law, and help us define the illegalities happening in Rivers State. But just so we don't waste too much time on political dramas in Rivers State, let's now quickly touch on our third big story. And this is rather I'm looking for the best word to describe it in a sarcastic way. So nobody really knows how I feel about it, because I'm not supposed to tell you how I feel about it, so I don't influence your opinions. However, I cannot help but tell you, because I'm feeling something right now. I'm feeling something. So you know how kidnapping has been rife recently. You know how, the other day, I think on Monday, we talked about the kidnappings in Abuja, how it has moved from the northeast, the northwest to the north central, and Abuja is somewhere in the north central. And so our capital, which is somewhat the symbol, which is somewhat the window, which is somewhat the emblem of our country, the capital, so to say, is now being attacked by bandits, or banditry is not becoming a thing in the capital, right? Imagine for a second, Washington is being attacked. I mean, where the White House is. Or imagine for a second that number 10, Downing Street, is also being attacked, where you have the Prime Minister's office. Just imagine for a second. Or imagine for a second that I don't know what district it is called, or whether the district that houses the Chinese president's office or apartment. But imagine that place being attacked. Imagine that city being attacked. It's going to make almost impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible, almost impossible. And so when we begin to see things like this happen, we want to ask questions. Now, does it mean crime does not happen on Downing Street? Yes, they do. Does it mean crime does not happen, or yes, it does, I beg your pardon. Does it mean crime does not happen on the streets of Washington? Yes, it does. Does it mean crime does not happen in China? And you see, crime happens everywhere. There's no perfect society. However, what is the response like when crime happens is what we're talking about. So in the case of Nigeria, yes, we've seen the FCT minister talk tough. We've seen the president talk tough. We will make sure that we chase the criminals out of town. We'll make sure. We've heard all of those rhetorics and all of those narratives. However, the one that has got to me, or that has touched me now, is is the federal government coming out to say that Nigerians should not come together and fund for the release of the victims that have been kidnapped in Abuja. Remember, we talked about the story of where there were 10 victims and 3 were killed because the families could not raise the money for ransom, about 60 million at a time, and then it was then increased to 100 million per person, and now there are about 7 of them. So the 7 of them will have to pay 700 million, right? And the question that comes to my mind is, the government has not been able to rescue these people. The government has not been able to negotiate properly for the release of these people. Okay, government does not pay ransom, and I don't think government should pay ransom because government would look weak. But all over the world, they have negotiation processes that allows them to be able to rescue victims, or even have technology in which they're able to track these bandits or criminal elements. Like, for instance, these bandits make phone calls, these bandits, collect monies. Why can't they trace the activities? Why can't, my goodness, the list is endless for me. So the government has failed in its responsibility. And like Yeson Wike said, government has no business being government if they cannot guarantee the security of the country. I said it, I said it in one of the headlines, Government has no business being government. And now you have failed. And like every other thing in Nigeria that we produce for ourselves, we produce, or rather that we generate for ourselves. We generate electricity with our generating sets, with fuel or petrol being expensive, or even diesel being expensive. We do that for ourselves, like we do here in the studio. We generate light for ourselves. We generate security for ourselves, and that's why we have securities on almost every street in almost every corner of Nigeria. I'm not talking about state securities now. I'm talking about vigilantes. We no longer trust the public school system, and so we have generated our own, and we sent our children to private schools. Same with health. Should I go on? And the Nigerian government has not been able to give us a good economy, so we create an economy for ourselves as well. Terrible situation. And now a group of people say, okay, we don't want those children to die, 7 of them. We've listened to the cries of the fathers, and we want to crowdfund. Now, I understand the argument of the federal government. I understand one of the arguments, rather, which is which puts us in a very dicey situation, which is if you pay ransom, you are emboldening the criminals, you're emboldening the bandits, because according to the federal government, I think the Minister for Defense, he did say that these criminals operating in Abuja are people who have been chased from the northeast, northwest, and now they are now circulating around the north central, and they've also been chased, and now they've decided to set shop at Abuja. It sounds familiar to what Buhari would say, or what Buhari did say at some point, and it may be true. I'm not here to counter it, and I understand that part, that paying money will give them the incentive to do more. But what can the people do? Watching their loved ones die? What can the people do? I mean, these are difficult questions that, it touches me so deeply that I really would love to hear your opinion on this very one. And he did say ransom payment is illegal. But I don't know. I stand to be corrected, or maybe you can inform me because I don't know it all. But haven't we seen politicians, local government chairmen, lawmakers who have been kidnapped in time past, and there were stories about ransom payments? See, I really do not know. I agree, kidnapping is fast becoming a very rich business. It's like gold right now. Imagine what they are asking for, 700 million. And we talked about it on Monday, and it's a cause for concern. However, how do we get those people back? Akwa Ibom Youth Corpus, or Youth Corps members who were kidnapped sometime last year, but we still do not know anything about that. We've not heard any story. We've not heard any report. There is it's most likely they're still in the captivity of those kidnappers, abductors. So think about it. If you were your people, think about what the Chibok girls went through. Think about what the Dapchi girls went through. So I understand the thin line. Paying ransom gives these criminals more life to, do what they like to do or what they want to do. But also not paying them means that your family members, your loved ones may die. Anyways, it's time for me to open the phone line to get your thoughts on these issues. All important issues, by the way. All important issues. There is no synergy between the Martin Amewule-led assembly and the state governments. There is no synergy. The second one is that, some Rivers people, elders and a lawyer have decided to say, hey, we're going to take it upon ourselves and we're going to go to court. We've got to make sure that Siminalayi Fubara does not think of himself as just an individual. No, he's not just an individual. He's occupying the seat of the governor of Rivers State, representing the people. So we're going to make sure that he's not bullied, he's not doing his personal interest, but he's doing it on behalf of the people. And so they've gone to court to stop representation or resubmission of the bill. And then the third one is what I just talked about not too long ago. So the phone lines are open: 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. Yes, these are my big stories. WhatsApp. For WhatsApp messages, 0809-0306416. We're live on Facebook, Nigerian for PH. We are live on YouTube, Nigerian for PH, and we are active on X, Nigerian for PH. Remember, you're listening to Hard Facts and 92.3 Nigerian Info, and I am Kalada Kurubat. But you can also follow me on social media. I love to hear from you, D Kalada, TheKalada. All right, let's see, what do we have here? Zion is calling from GRA. Let's take a listen to Zion's thoughts now. Zion, what is on your mind?
Yeah, Kalada, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon.
I think the comment credited to Martin Samewele, for me, I would say he can likely to be a group of people that is in a haste for a particular issue. They should wait. The governor is still studying the document, the perceived or purported condition given to him. He's still studying it.
But I thought the governor said that he will implement it. It's not a death sentence. I thought we all talked about it.
That is why he needs to study it. He needs time.
Okay.
For now, the governor is slow in reading. He's taking line by line.
Mr. Zion.
Paragraph by paragraph.
Okay.
He's consulting his people. If you notice, this matter is just not him alone. Any step he takes, people will always respond. You saw the last time. The concerned people of River State shut down the government house activities and everything because of the governor's intent to pick up that document. And the governor doesn't want those kind of disturbance again.
Okay.
So he has split with it. You also read an headline where some elders or concerned elders are taking the same matter to court. So if the governor attempts or trying to implement everything into going to be anarchy. So we're still consulting. So Amewule and his guys should rest and give the governor time. She is screening people. They have screened this, they have screened that, they are working. They are busy working, right? Attending to bills, is it not so? So they shall allow the governor. For now, for me, I want to even beg Governor Fubara. He can even go on holiday for now. He needs holiday. He can go to France or go to Chelsea or wherever. Even go to somewhere else and rest at least for 3 months. State is working. We have PAMSEC. He can give the order to PAMSEC. PAMSEC will do the job. For now, they should not pressure the governor to do any work.
All right. Thank you, Zion. Zion, thank you very much. Clinton from Bori. Welcome, Clinton.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
I would say that the governor is in a state of conundrum.
Oh,
He's
really?
Having a Kalada.
I can hear you.
Okay. Now, you see, the governor, the thing here is that he has his own interest to protect. Rivers people are saying the right thing. I have a case in the Supreme Court. I was given resolutions that I have to deliver on. So the governor is like in a confused state, Canada. So I don't blame him that much. And again, with the National Assembly on his neck, I even don't think that there will be any day that they can work together because there's so much bad blood currently.
Yes, see now. There can be bad blood in the office, but it does not stop the work, right? But this one, they are not even taking correspondence. They write a letter, a memo, and nobody is responding to it. And then, I mean, think about it. There is no coordination in the office. I may not be your friend. We may be enemies, but the office would have a structure by which we have to follow, right? And that's what governance is like. But it's looking like beyond the bad blood, they are refusing to do work.
Because the interest is not common.
Okay.
The interest is not River State.
Okay.
That's the truth. Because what I see there is that the interest of these lawmakers is to protect the interest of their Oga, not the interest of River people.
Okay. All right.
So now look at the government. If we deploy the clerk of the House of Assembly, the man refuses to go. The man is in the House of Assembly. It's like the governor is not active. Our own governor say the same governor. One chairman is calling me a woman. Can that chairman say the same to Wike was governor?
All right. Thank you, Clinton.
So it's really bad.
All right, Clinton.
Then finally, Kalada.
Yeah, I have to let you go at this point. I have to let you go. I'm sorry, Ida is waiting. Ida from Ikoro, welcome. What is on your mind, please?
Yeah, Kalada, thank you very much for the sign of Okojo and Andushin too. Yes, they have done very, very well because that budget has been signed and passed to law. It's inside my phone. I have the videos, everything. I'm finding a way to go to court to stop the governor not to bring back that budget. The commissioners, they should wait. The governor, just like what Zion said, I love Zion for this particular one that he said. The governor can take 4 months so they come back. They can spread them in if he decides. They have to thank him too for the appointment of the PAMSEC. It's not political. They have to do their work. Promotion needs to come from where he's working. Just like Canada don't have promotion, but we want to hear his voice in our nation again. Thank you very much. God bless you.
All right, thank you very much. God's power from Ichi, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear.
Canada, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon to you. Welcome.
Yes, nobody should blame our governor. He's a victim of circumstance.
Okay.
They've tied him to a stake. He cannot fly, like Macbeth would say. What do I mean by that? They've brought 8-point agenda, which is signed, and the Catholic is not death sentence. No, he's in a state of quagmire. Going back is not easy. Going front is not easy. If you understand my
I understand you.
Yes, for him to be in the safer side, is for him to sign everything, swallow the hook and sinker, and watch out the one may come. Because those who propose those 8-point agenda, if they consider the constitution or not, let the court say don't. Nothing that is going to say I will not. Let the court say don't. And then they hear from there that it is court that say don't, not governor say no.
Okay.
That notwithstanding, there are
so you're Godspower. So you're Godspower, can you hear me? So you're saying that these people helping the governor, and the governor is in the know, so it doesn't look like he's the one directly fighting the peace accord. So he's using these people, he's putting them in the front to fight the peace accord. So when they ask, he said, "No be me, na court." Is that what you're saying?
Yes. That's what we serve him.
Okay.
Let's I would have signed the court to say, don't look at the implication.
Okay.
It is court, not me.
Okay.
As for me, I have agreed to sign into it.
I get you.
I've swallowed everything. The court said vehemently don't. Because it's in a state of what as I said earlier. No, it's the hot seat.
Okay.
So, thank you. God bless.
Thank you very much, God's Power. I've got Real Gift from Port Harcourt Township. Real Gift, welcome.
Good afternoon to you, Chief K.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much. Chief K, still talking about bad blood because just...
Are you there? Are you there, Real Gift? Okay, so we have connection issues there, but just so you know, I think the show structure will be disrupted today because of the Nigeria's march against Cote d'Ivoire. I did think it was 7 p.m. It's actually 6 p.m. So the sports crew will come in by 5 p.m. So we may not be able to have our conversations for today, or I mean the 5 o'clock conversation at least, and then open season. So the conversation will be postponed to tomorrow. But just to add, to the big story, what's your prediction? Just to make it a little bit lively and not so hard. Well, what's your prediction of the Super Eagles march against the hosts, Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, whichever one you like to call them, both the same. So what's your prediction? Do you think the Super Eagles will be able to fly high as they should? Or do you think it's going to be another sour tale? Frank is calling from D-Line. Frank, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear.
Good afternoon, Canada.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, let me combine the two assembly and the elders together. The condition our governor finds himself now is difficult for him to come out of it. Except our governor take drastic decision now and say that will implement it. If not, the governor cannot do anything now because the assembly are pushing the commissioner, the regional people are pushing it. Don't stand. If you do this, we'll block down the whole of Port Harcourt. So the find governor difficult to do. Which one is he going to do? Which one is he going to? No, that's the problem now.
Okay.
But please pray to Almighty God that God will give me wisdom for him to come out of this quagmire they put him into. This is my comment. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Frank. On X, Geo Whites with the handle at Ikoru White says, why is the River State House of Assembly crying though? He said thoughts... Yeah, you should use punctuations, please. He said, thought they can do it themselves. They should also appoint and assign portfolio and do it now. Okay, if you say so. That's on X. Let's go to WhatsApp and read some messages. I got a ton of them. This one says, greetings, Canada. Sometimes I see these APC 27 sacked Rivers Assembly members trying to behave like they are lords. Can you imagine them warning the state governor, Fubara? However, we will see how this will play out to the end. Nicholas Erasmus with that one. Good PM, Mr. Canada. The truth is that Governor Fubara is magnanimously lenient with the Martin Amewule-led faction of the River State House of Assembly. Otherwise, they wouldn't have the guts to want to challenge Governor Fubara and make the unguarded utterance, whereas nobody could do such to Wike when he was governor. Besides, Governor Fubara will have to be careful with the implementation of the Abuja Declaration and not violate the Constitution in lieu of the illegal stay in the Assembly by Martin-led lawmakers owing to their defection. Fine face Unyawaji, Ingo Town. I've got more messages. This one is from Lady V. Yesterday you said you were not going to talk politics. Why talking about it today? What's the difference? Because it suits your side. I know from all indications you stand for Martin Amewule. We're listening to you, Lady V. You can think what you want to think, Lady V. I stand for nobody and I'm for nobody. I'm not even, I don't think politics once I leave the studio. Talk more of standing for anybody. This one says Martin's group have not started crying. Just wait in coming days. What goes up comes around. Confidence in Lebanon. This one says Katie, it's not enough to claim that you are emboldening these criminals and ask us not to pay. The question, like you've said, is countless examples that the people didn't pay. How did it end? Example, Chibok girls, Dapchi students, coppers, etc. Indeed, we are confused people in this nation. So I'm going to quickly go to the phone line. Emeka is calling from Owerri. Emeka, welcome. What is on your mind? Please tell me quickly, please.
Canada, good afternoon. Happy New Year.
Yes, same to you. Happy New Year to you.
Canada, what is going, the political shenanigans that is going on in River State, political impasse. Don't know how historians will write about this. I want to advise the governor. Putting one leg on the other side, another leg on the other side. I don't think he will not save him.
Okay.
Let him stand firm. If he wants to stand on this side, let him stand with his two legs. If you want to stand the other side, let him stand. Because why I'm saying this, the other day he said something about, he said no amount of sacrifice.
It's too big.
For peace, that is too much.
Yeah.
And I see my son telling him that I hope that peace will not cost his political ambition. You need to be very careful, because if you look at what's going on now, both the governor's camp and the other camp has gone against the constitution. This is what is going on now. I don't know how to treat this legally. I don't know. Let him stand with his leg. If you are standing for the people of River State, the people of River people, stand by them. They will stand by you.
All
right. When you put one leg on the Abuja, then one leg in River State, that laugh, that actually clear into you.
All right.
That is my contribution.
All right, Emeka, but you should also understand that in the politicking in Nigeria, there is one side for the people and there is the side for the politicians. And it looks like over the years the politicians have had sway or held sway, I beg your pardon. And so he's just being careful and he's trying to calculate so it does not just expose himself to a defeat, I guess. Maybe that's what he's doing. So let's not. Go ahead.
I think you need to be with the people of Rivers more than that of Abuja.
All right then. All right.
You understand what? Because being careful will not end up being careless.
Okay. All right.
The people of Rivers people.
Emeka, I've got to go. I've got a lot of messages, so I'm going to try to read some. But first, let's listen to God's Power from HA. God's Power, quickly with your thoughts, please.
Yes. I want to first of all talk of the prediction about Nigeria Code of match.
Oh, quickly, please. Quickly, please.
Yes, I'm a sports lover. By my own prediction, they are going to score 2-1. They will score 2 before we score 1. Because the pressure will be on us.
So you're saying we will lose the match.
That's what I'm saying. Now let me tell you the analysis.
No, we don't have time. I just want you to go straight. You're saying we will lose the match.
Conclusively, like the last speaker, if our governor dance to the tune of the matches, the matches will lead him astray. This one is not the same majority carries the vote.
Okay.
He should dance to the bidding of his master and other political allies.
So are you saying his master? Okay, thank you very much, God's Power. Are you saying his master is bigger than the people? I thought they were all working for the people. See, that's what the confusion is. Anyways, your thoughts have been heard. Let's say this one on Twitter or on X, I beg your pardon. Emmanuel Ruben with the handle at Senib01 says, I wish for the Super Eagles to win 3-1. Okay, thank you. But let's go back to WhatsApp very quickly as it will come from our 3. Says Mike AD, only the governor knows his game plan. But the truth is, the court judgment that hasn't been needs to the board is itself is scared to the governor's stand on issues bordering the brouhaha in River State. When he escapes Abuja's consequences from the judicial dimension, then he can buga in his approach to the palaver in the Bricks House. I pray he doesn't lose the support of the people, else the weaker I know will show him shege. Okay. Good day, Mr. Kalada Korubatiba. The in-season kidnapping and abduction is gradually engulfing Nigeria, and this is very alarming and worrisome. Our leaders have failed in their basic responsibility of protecting lives and property. Insecurity is telling on everybody. Leadership failure has dealt with us in Nigeria. Owanate Clinton West. All right. Senior Advocate of Nigeria, elders seek court order stopping resubmission of 2024 budget. It's a welcome development. Greetings, Mr. Canada. Hannah, it's been a while. Happy New Year to you. And yes, let's say this one. This one says, good afternoon, Canada. I believe that purported speaker is trying to play smart. I believe that the governor did not send any list of the resigned commissioners to the speaker as he claimed. If not, why will the speaker say that the governor is not accepting their correspondence and that they will stop accepting his? Why is he, the speaker, complaining? I mean, you do have a point there. You do have a point there. This one says, Sakalada, the governor should wait for the law court that was I don't get. The governor should wait for the law court as was sued by the original state elders led by Senator Andrew and the member representing Bunny from George in Port Harcourt. All right, George, thank you very much. Thank you for your take on that one. On Facebook, SP Baradimwa says, I wonder how lawmakers are so low in understanding the law. They would not succeed. Newton Ikera 2 says, Dear Kalada, Rivers State House of Assembly says Governor Fubara not accepting their letters. Senior Advocate of Nigeria, elders seek court order stopping resubmission of 2024 budget in Rivers State. Rivers State wars without end. These two shall pass. I just like how you put it. These two shall pass indeed. But then you went on to say FG warns against crowdfunding to pay ransom, says it is illegal and unproductive, but they can pay ransom when their relatives are kidnapped. The helpless is refusing help from Good Samaritans, my country. Ferrebo Pakrite says if the government failed in their primary duty of protecting lives and property, the only option available for the vulnerable public is resorting to self-help. In this case, the public can do nothing but to seek the financial help from the members of the public in order to get their wards out of the dens of the kidnappers. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm sorry I'm laughing. Victor said, good afternoon, Super Chickens. He calls them Super Chickens. They're no longer Eagles. Said they will lose 2-0. Okay, thank you. This one says, the Ivory Coast has beaten us 2-1 today. These sets of Super Eagles we have been watching all the while before this AFCON can't win any competitive match as played in AFCON. Jose Pesiro lacks the competence to lead us anywhere. He is a sheep leading flocks of lion. He will always be defeated by a flock of sheep. A flock of sheep, actually. Ships is not correct. A flock of sheep led by a lion. All right, let's see. The action by Governor Fubara for submitting the resigned commissioners to the Martin-led ill-fated 5 assembly members. The lawmakers ceased to be House of Assembly members the very day they defected from PDP to APC. Skipo West from Buguma City. We got past that, I guess. This one says Canada is worrisome that kidnapping has become. Do we have any? No, we don't. So I'll just quickly read the messages. So it is worrisome that kidnapping has become a big challenge in Nigeria, mostly in recent times. To combat kidnapping first, government must adequately ensure effective security, borders, patrol, intelligence gatherings within the locals, reliable and unique means of identification of each individual. But it's worrisome that National ID card, etc., for tracking criminal elements is not effective due to lack of patriotism and diligence by government security agencies because of corruption within law enforcement agencies. Finally, community policing is the best approach for now. Jimbo Baraye, Caribou Nelson from Ogutown. And finally, so it says, good afternoon, Canada. It's a shame to Nigeria as a country that our inability to tackle the menace of abduction for ransom. Isa Pantami introduced the link to fight this, but failed woefully. It is pity, Mayor. All right, Mayor, thank you very much. So it's almost time for us to wrap this segment. But let's take one or two more calls before the top of the hour. 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. Maya, okay, she just liked the post. I guess she does not have a thing to say about it. This says justice is too much to be sacrificed on the altar of peace. Tell the governor we need justice. All right. The argument of justice without or peace without justice is impossible. Okay. Ezekiel is calling from Ubumini. Let's take.
Canada.
You're welcome.
Does it mean that River State House of Assembly is now working with opposition party? That is number one question. Number two, does it mean that finally the so-called House of Assembly member has been integrated themselves into the House of Assembly, or let me say, has finally integrated themselves into the government house to the extent they will give condition to reject the governor's correspondence according to them. Just imagine what is happening in this our state. The people we are even against of for decoupling to another party are now telling the ruling party, telling the governor on when, how will they do with his
Ezekiel. Now, assuming there was no court case, assuming there were no political drama, the legislative house has a right to question the executive and wonder why they're not responding. Let's leave River State now. At the national level, the National Assembly has a right to ask the president why he's not accepting their letters. They have the right because they are supposed to be the check and balance for the executive arm of government.
According to you, assuming also that there is no drama, according to you people calling it, but I see it as a fight this time around. It was when it was father and son.
Quickly. We don't have time.
I was considering it as a father and son, but now there is what they call fight.
Okay, I would have to let you go at this point. I'm sorry. Ilomba, please quickly, what is on your mind? Tell me.
I agree with you, Kalana.
Yes, quickly, please, straight to the point.
I want to talk on the issue of those who go to court to try to stop the 8th commandment that we have now.
Okay.
Kalana, let me tell you something. The issue of this is the issue of people have lost the real sense of governance. Why there is government in the first place? Why do we have government in the first place? Is it for somebody to come and show that he is the most powerful somebody? And this is democracy for that one. Another one is total disregard of rule of law. These men, then, now that you see so, they are the men that supposed to protect the constitution of Nigeria. Right. And one of the things I want to tell governor is that if governor went ahead and implemented that 8th commandment, make him know that question where he asked for court, that what have I committed that make you want to impeach me? You have committed something that time.
All right. Thank you very much, Ilomba.
They'll you and say, didn't you see this thing?
All right. Ilomba, thank you very much. I've got to go. It's time for the business news. Do stay tuned. More conversations coming your way.